Now, you were in Vegas 20 years, you said.
30.
30 years.
I got there in 59, left in 89.
Why'd you leave?
They asked me to.
Who's they?
The governor. They
Okay.
had so many calls. I had an incident in my club, which I went to the defense of a lady, and I didn't know who the guy was.
Well, she was getting harassed?
She was not only getting harassed, the guy that she came in with broke a Cristal bottle and stuck it in her face.
Jesus Christ.
Now, we all know Steve Sharippa from
Mhm.
The Sopranos.
Yeah.
And now Blue Bloods.
Yeah.
He was going to UNLV to hotel school.
I heard him tell that story on a podcast.
Well, I hired him as my doorman.
Oh,
He
shit.
was working that night in a big tuxedo on the door. So I called. I saw the guy come in, and he's giving everybody $100 bills. Well,
Who's
we
this
saw that
guy?
a lot in Vegas because I had a casino attached to it too.
Yeah.
So I said, Steve, who's the guy?
You can always tell when someone's somebody.
So I said, who's the guy? He's from Caesars. I said, how's he rated? 5 stars. I said, whack him out, because that means Caesars is picking it up.
Yeah.
So they sent a bottle of Louis XIII. At that time, I was getting $1,200 for a bottle of Cristal.
This is what year? This is
And
80?
I know exactly when. I'll tell you the day it was. It was June 28th. October 28th, 1988. Because I killed him that night. I killed the guy. So anyway, long story short.
How do we get it? Yeah. Well, we got to fill in the middle for me now.
No, so now he's doing all of this, and now all of a sudden, a half hour goes by. He breaks the Cristal bottle and sticks in his date's face. Thank God he missed her eye, but she's bleeding. So I called the door again. I used to sit on like a perch. My bar was raised around so I could look at all the different
Watching
rooms.
the floor and everything.
And I said, Steve, get to table 7. He said, I ain't going over there, boss. That guy's nuts. I said, that's why I hired you.
Yeah, so that's what you hear.
Yeah. So I go over, because I had a thing I wanted to, first of all, I didn't want nobody getting arrested in my joint. I had a gaming license. That was always very suspicious how I got that. So I go over to the guy. I said, pal, you hear those sirens? They're coming for you. They're not going to a fire. I said, if I were you, take that exit and get out of here. It's the back door. Nobody will find you. I got to get her to the hospital. She's bleeding. I mean, she got a napkin. I'm bleeding. And I didn't know if it hit her. Huh?
She just stayed there? She must have been petrified.
What is she going to do? This guy he would kill her. I still know the guy had the bottle in his hand yet.
Oh, this is where the cut came from?
Hello.
Holy shit.
So now he leans in, I think, to get her. He spins around. Fortunately, I'm agile enough. I go back, and instead of my throat, he cuts me right along here.
Jesus.
My whole chin drops. So now I'm saying,
like a flap.
Like a flap.
Holy fuck.
So I'm saying, how am I going to get this guy? I mean, and I'm carrying legally.
But you're in the middle of your restaurant at this point.
Yeah, and 150 people looking at me. No, it was the restaurant part. See, then behind him was the casino.
So
and
everybody stopping and
everybody stopped like this.
Fuck? Yeah.
So now I said, look what the hell you did to my shirt. I waited 6 months for this shirt. This is Sea Island Con. You understand this, you idiot? And he's like, who is this guy?
Why you think he's flapping?
But I had to get my hand on my gun. I put it right to his forehead. I said, I'm telling you one more time. Get out of here before you're in trouble. He's F you. I said, F me. I shoot him twice right between the eyes. I'm looking at a man with a hole in his head. The blood's dripping down slow. And he's still looking at me.
Must have been fucked up.
I'm saying, was he ever? I found that out later. So I put 3 more right in his chest. He falls like a timber. Then everybody, all the doors break open. They're in the car.
Runs.
So Coots is the head detective. He knows me. They all knew me because I treated all those guys perfect. He said, what happened, John? I said, well,
look at my face.
He stabbed the girl first. I went to rescue her, and I had my face all by that time with ice and things on it. But I learned something, and your audience is going to learn something you won't believe. When the paramedics came, they take the most traumatized. They took him first before the woman.
He wasn't dead?
But they didn't care. They take the most traumatized first. Then the next ambulance was her.
Most traumatized meaning the most damaged, like.
Yeah.
What the
So they
fuck?
took him first.
This poor girl is still sitting there the whole time.
Sitting there like, she's in shock by then.
Anyone gonna take care of me?
So I got Coots because Sunrise Hospital was right down the block from my club. I knew it.
That's the detective, Coots?
What's that?
That's a detective, Coots, you said?
Yeah, Coots. Yeah.
Okay.
I said, take me. I want to talk to you. So we had a radio on. He said, tell me really what happened. I told him, tell you the truth. So now he calls back in. He said, anybody that saw what happened, I want anybody that was an eyewitness in Johnny shooting this guy, I want him taken down and take a statement under oath. So they locked all these people out. So it was a 21-day inquest. I walked. The problem was
So what was that, a 21-day, what was that?
21-day inquiry from the district attorney, inquest from the district attorney's
And before they
office.
press charges, to see
Yeah,
if
and
they're
they
gonna
do
press
all that, and
charges.
they go through the thing. It's just a formality
Yeah.
because it was justifiable homicide. The problem was it was Pablo Escobar's underboss. I had a bigger problem. Forget about it. I come out of the hospital.
No one could have given me the heads up on that beforehand?
Oh, we didn't know.
I guess, yeah.
Nobody knew who
They're
he
not going
was.
to write that on their
He was on
business
an
cards.
alias in Caesar's Palace, a big player, but he was there setting up a whole drug thing for California, the whole tri-state area.
So I'm sure that cost the organization a lot of money. They weren't happy about
Well,
it.
it caused a lot of problems for me, especially more,
I'm sure.
because when I got home, there was a whole Santeria on my rug. I mean, I'm nuts for security. How did this guy get in my house?
What did they leave in your house?
A Santeria. It's
Like the drug lord.
yeah.
saint.
Well, the Marielitos. They're all Marielitos.
What's that? I'm sorry.
Well, it's a religion. So he has to avenge his brother's death before his brother's soul could rest. But what they do, they'll kill your pets, your neighbors, your children.
Yeah, everybody.
You last. They want you
Who
to suffer.
Fuck.
So I said, I got to straighten this out. I already had 7 kids at that time. So I call my good friend John Gotti, and I say that in jest, because I knew he had something to do with somebody. So I fly in, I go to the Ravenite, and he's busting my balls. This is now Monday night. Oh, now you're a killer. I see it all over the news. I said, John, I got nothing to do with it. Oh, you had nothing to do with it. You shot the guy between the eyes. I said, well, I did that.
I had no choice. Yeah.
Yeah. I said, what am I supposed to do? I said, look at me. He said, yeah, whatever. I don't want to get into that. But I said, I got to go see, I want to go down and see Pablo Escobar. He said, you want to do what? I said, I want, somebody to get me in. He says, I know Noriega. So I go to Dominican Republic. So John thought once I get there, I'm not coming back. Nobody thought I'd come back. And I didn't care if I didn't come back. I had my kids killed and their
Yeah.
mothers and everybody.
You got to at least try to straighten it
I
out.
already cheated God out of me dying
20
100
times by
times
then,
already.
right?
So I fly down. I meet him in a church.
What's that flight like? Hold on. I got to get inside your mind for a second. So obviously you
flew to
looking at it pretty
Miami.
good for your family,
Then
but what is your mental state like?
My mental state, the only thing I felt good about, I did my homework. He had a daughter, same age as my daughter. And I thought I could reason with the guy. I had nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
So now I get there. He's in church.
A lot of faith in something.
I have a lot of faith in God. I really do.
Yeah.
So the good thing, I met him in a church in Bogota.
Does that matter to someone like Pablo Escobar?
Huh?
Does that matter to someone like Pablo Escobar? Is the church?
Well, he's a
like,
religious guy.
Yeah.
So anyway, I go there, and there's nobody in the church but him, or what I assume is him. And as I'm walking down the aisle, as I'm passing the pews, you hear the wood cracking of people sitting up. And on my periphery, guys are sitting up with all rifles. The place was loaded. And as I get closer to him, he's at an altar praying in front of the Blessed Mother. I've never seen that statue yet again. She was on like a globe with all flames, people reaching out of hell trying to touch her.
Jesus.
And as he's praying to her, he's burning his fingertips on the candles. You know, when you smell flesh,
Yeah.
as I'm getting close, I'm smelling flesh. I'm saying, what the fuck is this
Ah,
about?
that twisted fuck.
So he turns to me, is you Johnny Russo? I said, yeah. And that's all I remember. They knocked me out. Next thing I wake up, I
Tied
find
up or
out
something?
later I'm in a prison 2 floors down below his new house that he built his own prison.
Yeah. Ain't that something?
There's body bags laying all around me.
Filled the body bags?
Oh, they were filled and stunk.
Jesus.
I mean, the smell in that room was ridiculous.
Ugh.
I'm on a steel chair, no seat, shackled to this chair. I don't even know how long I was sitting there already. I'm only bandaged already, and I knew that. And I'm going in and out of a daze. I don't know what's happening. And the next thing I know, this guy is standing in front of me. The only guy dressed. But I'm sitting down. I can only see him waist high. And in his hand, he had the book called The Making of the Godfather. And it's him. He said, why don't you tell me you were Carlo from The Godfather? That's my favorite movie. Clean him up and bring him up to the house. So now they bring me up. A doctor comes and sees me.
How did they figure that out? Someone recognized you?
I don't know.
That horseshoe, man. Again,
I'm telling you. I mean,
that rabbit foot.
I bet I gave it to him. I didn't even keep it. No, but I mean, that's how crazy my life is.
Maybe Sicilians are right. Maybe when you're a cripple as a child, you got good luck.
That's why when I had this conversation, imagine me having these conversations, all these conversations I had with Pope John Paul. We would sit for hours talking.
He must have been fascinated by you. He must have been, this guy's good. But hold on, I can't get off this topic yet. So now you're kind of conscious. They're cleaning you up. Now you're in Pablo Escobar's jail. Now he recognizes you as Carlo. So you're out of the woods a little bit. I mean, I don't even know. At this point, are you even confident you're out of the woods?
No.
Yeah,
no,
you can't be.
The guy's too nuts. So now they bring me up to his dining room. They got clothes for me and everything.
Is he in jail at that point? Like
that was his jail. He had to turn himself into his own jail.
So
he built his own jail.
Yeah.
Hello. He had an amusement park in the backyard for the kids. I mean,
shit.
The guy was doing $1 billion a month.
Yeah.
So you could only imagine what this jail looked like. So now we have a beautiful dinner, and he's sitting maybe 20 feet from me. I'm at the other end. People serving us, doing that.
It's just you two?
Just us two.
At that big ass table.
And people standing around.
That's a fucking movie scene, huh? Oh
yeah. God. And then he said to me, why did you come here? I said, I did my homework. I knew you have a daughter, same age as my daughter, Gia. I had nothing to do with this. So he said, what do you mean you had nothing to do with this? So he gets his glass and comes down and sits next to me. See, I don't know what John told him. I think John told him a story. Because as I'm telling the story.
It's like his first time hearing it.
He's like saying, what are you talking about? I said, your guy came into my club. He was the guest of Caesar's Palace where he was staying. I get these guys coming all the time. They're big players. We take care of them. He breaks a Cristal bottle and sticks it in his date's face. And he's like, what? So this is not the story he heard.
Yeah.
I said, you see this? I wanted the girl to go to the hospital. Your guy cut my throat, tried to cut my throat. I got 81 stitches here. So now he's saying, but okay. But why would you come here? You know I got to kill you. I say to myself,
fuck.
Did he really just say that?
I thought I was doing good for a minute.
He's, listen, I'm going to straighten this out. You sure? I said, you're asking me? I'm straightening this out for you. But before you go, will you do me a favor? I was like jesting. I said, you want me to cut the grass? Or what? You want to clean the windows? He didn't even know what the hell I was talking about. He said, I want to do a scene from the movie. And I'm saying, uh-oh, what scene do you want to do? He said, I want to do the closing scene with you and Michael at the house.
And then you're going to get the fucking wire around your neck.
Yeah. He said, I'm going to play Michael.
Oh, boy.
I said, you want me to write the lines? He said, no, I know the lines. So now.
He really likes that movie. I love that
no.
movie.
So now he goes to the doorway of his own dining room with a couple of guys. And we start the scene. He knew every line. Carlo, today I straighten out all the family business. That's all the lines. So I get up, Mike, please, you got it all wrong. Oh, you think this father's myself? The whole thing.
We got your ticket to Vegas.
So I sit down, he gives me the ticket. Now,
oh, shit, because he had to give you a real ticket anyway.
Yeah.
So he's really playing the scene out. Holy
I
shit.
played the whole tick out. So I said, now I'm saying to myself, this is how the fucking guy's going to come here, sick motherfucker. So now we go through the whole scene. He's walking me out to the car. He opens the door for me. Instead of one guy, there's two guys in the back seat. As soon as I sit in there, they said, hello, Carlo. And I look around like I was about to shit my pants. And they all bust out laughing. He gives me a hug. He says, get out of here. I'll straighten this out.